How's it going, everybody? Welcome back again to another episode here in our world. Today's a very exciting day. I thought we'd start the episode off just going around my mini elytra course that I've designed for myself, just going around here. Kind of cool. That was a pretty neat landing. Unexpected, unplanned, but it looked like I meant it, so I'll just keep running with it. Having a great day today, doing some really cool just building around the place and really had a good time just doing a lot of random small things around the world. But today I thought, you know what, let's go into this. I want to work on what we did in the last episode and build upon that. Maybe we can figure some things out together, learn some new things. And what we did in the last episode to catch a few people up is we built this little road that we just came through, which we literally flew right through. We'll get a better look at that in a few seconds, but we went to build this road. It looks pretty cool, I think, specifically from the top here. It's got a really cool view like that. Look at that. Really neat. Once that's all completed, man, this actually would have a very cool looking map almost, actually. I'd love to see what this map looks like up close. And yeah, we hit the world limit. I almost went the wrong direction there, but we got this here. So what we're going to be doing today is I want to take this area here and I want to go and transform it. We've got an area, it's kind of boring. It's actually non-existent right now. And we're going to transform this on this side here at least, and probably up to about there. We'll do that today. Transforming this completely from what it was to what it's going to be right now, of course. And by the way, another thing, I have done some work around here in between this episode and the one just before this, of course. So let's drop down here, go to the bottom, and take a little bit of a walk because it's going to be awesome. First of all, some ideas. How about we start with ideas? Up this whole way, my plan is this is going to connect over to that road over there. There's actually a little road. You can see all the wood there. It's going to connect up that way and probably have a bridge going over that canal, which is around there. If you don't know it, you'll probably see it. You probably would have seen it from the view there. Check it out. It's a pretty cool canal, and it's going to slowly tie in these two areas here. But we're going to have the road split off in this way at one stage, and probably have this level here have a little bridge over it. So it's got another mini tunnel almost where that bridge goes, which could be a pretty neat little thing to add in. And then as we go up, we're going to have houses all along this road, just on the sides, and possibly maybe eventually we'll add more things in here. Who knows? We're just playing this as we go. You know, we just, most of the stuff comes quite unplanned. We just see how we feel, see how it goes, add in a little bit more. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll get it to work. And what I've decided to do was also go ahead now and do a bit more stuff around the place. So I've finished up this area just to fill it in. We could probably do more stuff. I've put this garden bed. I've connected these up so we don't have to look underneath the palace. It doesn't look quite as ugly. If I do this, it's actually looking a lot more completed than what it actually is. But let's head up over here. And I guess today what we'll do is we're going to use a few little tricks, a few little ideas to really improve an area. So if you've got an area in your world that you think this area is kind of boring, it's just got some houses, it's just got a weird piece of land, maybe I could help you. Maybe we can start figuring out some little things, small ideas that maybe produce quite a big result. And not maybe, they do. They produce a big result. So here we go. Just built these stairs going up here to the back here. I'll eventually merge this garden in because, of course, we created this garden with a different idea. And now we have to just pull it up to the back. But it's acting as a good place to store our stuff. So we may as well have this little pathway here. And there's also this piece around there with a little bit of a garden. So looking pretty good. I think it's looking pretty good, at least. Now, while we're going on about this, what I was saying is there's so many little things you can add into your world which improve it tremendously. And a few things, obviously. By the way, what we're doing now is just putting in some smaller houses. Can I do that? Yeah, we're just going to be putting in some of the foundations for our houses in here. So we've got it all laid out, and we're going to start off with just walls before we complete the houses, which is something I'm not a big fan of, but we'll do it. So things that I would say would be pretty cool to improve it. Of course, we built that staircase there, which you guys would have just seen there. That staircase it does a lot more for that area than what may originally meet the eye. It adds in a whole new spot to look at. It breaks up a lot of monotony in the build. It's just all that stuff that just continues over and over again, repeating itself. Being over here. In fact, do I have these? I do. I don't think I've got a good way up there, but that's all right. So it breaks up that over there. If I just continued that, it would have looked very boring. Now we've got this going up. Looks pretty good. It's a few things like that which maybe aren't necessarily too apparent to you when you start building, or even while you're building it, but it's a cool little bit of hindsight to look at. And I guess today we're going to go over a few things like that, a few ideas like that you could put into your world. which may improve it. So hopefully it doesn't just help me, but it helps you too. That's what I like to hear. And by the way, another thing I like to hear is a lot of cool comments, like what we got in the past. Oh, so many videos, but in the past video, very, very cool comments of just people enjoying what we up to. Enjoying this area actually is very cool. I thought it was very unique in the end, and I think it looks pretty cool. I'll probably go up to there or something now. We can start separating these. But yeah, just enjoying the uniqueness of this area, which is very, very awesome, because it's so different to all my other builds that I've done, at least in, yeah, ever, for this one, at least. It wasn't what I was expecting, and I can only say I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Is that's 6? Yeah, we want to go 7. There we go. Just keeping it odd, keeping the odd numbers. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And also just people enjoying the series, and a lot of new people to the series as well, which is super awesome. Pretty cool. So what we're doing here, by the way, let's just take a step back. Good. I'm going to separate these into a few different smaller segments. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And because that is an odd number, I'll do this to make my life a bit easier and keep this an odd number. Whereas if it was an even number, I would have just, like, say for instance, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretend this had another one back on that level. I would just have put this here to make it 5 again, you see? Thinking ahead, so we don't have to worry about it when we start building in that area. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. That's the example. I'll make it. Is that 6? Was it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll just. I could have got one in, but yeah, we'll just do this here, like this, and then make our life a little bit easier. Can I do that? Perfect. And there. Wonderful. So little things like that help me out a lot with the building. And now I want to plan out this, but we probably won't be touching this area today, but I want to just plan it out. I'll just leave that there to remind myself, like, Jansey, don't go in there. That's not for you. We'll touch that at a later stage, put the piece in there and connect it up. But what's really exciting me about this project that we're doing right now, which is probably the best part about it, and that is everything just joining together so well. Look at this. It's about to go nighttime, in fact, so we'll have a pretty cool view. This guy's about to go super purple and pink. It looks really awesome, really neat. Oh, dang it, I lost this. I was planning on stopping on the top there. I was probably perfectly above it. But it's connected this area up here so well. When we get the bell tower, man, that's going to be good. The only areas that are really left to connect up before we start expanding outwards is there, and just around over here, that there, which I really do want to do. I want to get that little piece connected, hopefully, although that isn't really built. It's just a planned out area that looks kind of ugly, and I would like to either get rid of it or build in it very soon. But I think just connecting this place up is going to do a wonderful job of fixing it up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some houses built, and then we can start going through these ways of transforming this area from the hopefully basic thing that we've got here. Now, maybe I didn't go quite as plain as I thought, but I think it's going to be plain enough for us for what we're doing here. So I've gone ahead, put in these houses, just a few around here, just the front face of them. And it actually looks quite cool. I think we've got a good amount of variation in there. Of course, they do have a lot, which we could be putting onto them, but we'll leave that for another time. It's not a very big deal. Oh, I should probably go eat this. Now, you can tell there is a giant tree here. I've decided to just change some stuff up, just test that out. I had this feeling, I was like, you know what would be cool? Just to put a tree in a place. We haven't got a tree, and there was this big, ugly wall over here, and I'm like, hey, let's pop a tree there and see what happens. I kind of like it, but we'll see how it turns out. It's there for now. Now, by the way, one little thing I've done with this, which you might not notice, you might have noticed already, is all of these roofs are actually at an angle, or even this one, which is curved, which is a really neat little thing, and I've been practicing this, and I would like to do a few more things, more and more like this. I've just been, not practicing, more just getting ideas on it, where we've got a pretty neat little curve in there with the messing of blocks there. We've managed to get that to look actually pretty good, I think, which is actually a really neat little thing, I think. So what I want to do now is I want to go through some of the things that I said would probably be pretty good to just liven this area up and transform it, or just transform it into a nicer looking area, really. That's the point of it. So one really cool thing, which I love to do, and I've done this before, but this is a cool thing which we can do over here, is create a little bit of a lantern lamp thing over here with these. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, get those away. There. You can't place the fence when you actually want it, but then you can place it whenever you least want them, right? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to make this look as if it's pulling down. I think I actually need to go probably down there like that. We need to pull this down like this and have it hook across this way. And ideally, I'd want a bit of a hanging look to it, but I don't think we're going to actually get this right over here. I think that's not actually going to work. Maybe that one in there. Okay. Yeah, that works. And the whole, at least my logic behind this thing is the whole point is to fill up the vertical space, which is always lost in a build. Not always, but you know, you get the point. So often you'll put a build together and really forget about the fact that, hey, there's all this area above you, which has got absolutely nothing happening. And of course we can go ahead and do this and put in a bit of light and a bit of color in the place, which is, I think, a pretty cool thing. So we'll drop those on there. Not that one there. That one's unnecessary. These around here like this. And like that, we've got a pretty cool little bit of color in the area, filled up the vertical space, kind of like what that does. And over here, we can do another one just like this across here, and that would probably work pretty well. I'll put that one in there pretty much right now. We may as well pop that one in. So that's what generally works for these things. Just putting in vertical stuff will help you out tremendously. Now, I've got some other ideas. So a few things, trees, vertical little lamp things, anything along those lines. These lamps, as far as they can stick out, just to take up that spot, is the more the better. You know what I mean? The more the merrier with these sorts of things. Most of the time, if you can get it right, of course. If you can't get it right, yeah, maybe stick with them a little bit closer in, but go for it. You know, give it a go. So can I get up there? Yep. And I guess I'll go a little bit taller, like that. And there. Like that. And we'll go around this way. I really should not be pillaring up with this, but that's all right. I'll regret it when I go to tear it down. So how do I get up here? I don't think I can actually make that jump because of the fences. So there we go. I'll do that now. That way. Beautiful. Beautiful. And get that curve there. Okay, it's kind of tricky, but this will work the way we've done that. So you see, these little things like this add a world of difference. Even just adding the banners in add a world of difference. But I'll show you now, as we step away from this, you get the life of this. You get the people walking around the place. You get a little bit of action happening in the city just by doing these little, very, very small changes to the place. So that there, a bit of red over there. Maybe we'll put another red one in. And then also a not a cyan lamp, a sea lantern, which I'm running ridiculously low on. These 11 are actually all the sea lanterns I have in the whole world right now, which is, oh, well, at least harvested in the whole world right now, which is horrible. So I've got to go in and do a little bit of work there. So how about we check that out? Let's step back. Yeah, that works. So now let's take another flyover, because we did a pretty cool flyover. This is actually going to make my Elytra course a little bit harder, but you know what? I'm down for that. Get a bit more of a challenge. Oh, yeah, I need it. Sure, right? Okay, so let's go through here, and I'll try and take this a little bit slower so we can fly through this. Around here, okay. We didn't quite make it through. But coming up there, that's got a lot of life in it. Look at that. As we're walking up, we've got the tree. So start around here. We'll put that on there. And we've got the tree to the side. We've got the houses. We've got the lamps. We've got these banners with the lanterns on it. That's a really cool feel. You see, just getting those things to come in here help out so much. And not to mention, of course, we've got the extra little curves and houses, which do make quite a big difference just to the area. But I think the lesson is really, if I could give a lesson, getting little things like this to make the difference is definitely the way to go. And I think I also need to do this. This is gonna hurt me if I don't do it. It's gonna, just seeing this all the time it's really horrible. I'll do that one more up, and then we don't have as flat of a line. Yeah. I can maybe drop something off like that every now and then. Yeah, something like that will work. So the next thing I want to do is go along here, which is the next little easy trick, I guess, to adding in a bit more detail to a world, which might, well, like an area at least, which might be lacking, that you would want to add something. And it's very simple. It's actually what we've done just here, but in a larger form. Putting a staircase, which sounds kind of simple, but a useless staircase is actually a very useful staircase, and I'll show you exactly why. So we've got this area, very plain. In fact, I'm walking up here a lot. This will also offer me a bit of help by the fact that it's going to go a lot faster, but just getting rid of this, and maybe putting a bit of a curve to a staircase in here is going to work wonders. I'll show you this now. So if we go up here, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be enough to get the whole place to get the feel of it, to get the spiral feel going around there. So if we can maybe put something in the middle like this. There, like that. So as we go around here, we've got this area here, this area here. We'll get rid of that. I hope that doesn't destroy my place up the top. I actually didn't check that, but there's a bit of a road up the top there, which I might be breaking, but I think I'm all right. I think I'll be all right. By the way, right now there's probably going to be some loud noises, sirens coming past my house, so fear not. It's definitely not on your side. I know whenever I watch a video, this is actually something that happens every now and then in a video. Obviously, you can't help for noises in the outside, like the outside background areas, you know what I mean? And then when you hear it, there we go. Yeah, you probably hear that now. Unless I've done a fantastic job of getting rid of it, which I doubt. But yeah, so often I hear it and then I'm like, wait, is that outside mine? Then I realize I'm just going crazy and it's actually in the video. But still, it does get me every time. So I thought I'd warn you guys. That's about to happen. So how about we get this in here? Just that there. Okay. I guess I could probably do something like that. Try and work this in together. Like this here. Yeah. You see, so this is what I'm talking about. Just adding in a little bit like this will make a very, very big difference. I want some stairs. That's what I need. We need just plain staircases. Where are Minecraft staircases? Right here. And there. Do we just sleep the night away? No, we didn't. Yeah. The sun's about to go down. I thought it was getting close to the evening over here, but apparently not. Not just yet. So what I want to do is I want to get in this, put that there, and then we'll go do the same thing here again. And now we should have a pretty neat little design. It is kind of messy, I agree, but sometimes messy actually helps you out a lot. So if you start doing a lot of your style a little bit messier, you can get away with a lot of stuff that you normally couldn't. Not just being lazy, I guess, in your building, but actually just adding on to a lot of your building that you really... pieces you normally would not be able to add on, at least. Let's do that there. Where are those? Right there. And we'll probably do another one there. Yeah. Okay. So that going in here, it could do with a bit of coloring, but that is going to add a lot of detail to this place. And then what we could do just for these ugly side bits, something which is amazing to do. And I've just got to grab a slab of spruce right there. And get that there. Put these in here. So that they don't... The reason, actually, by the way, that I do this, which I'm not actually a very, very big fan normally of, because I think it's pretty cheap of a decoration thing to do. But it's very important a lot of the time because of the fact that when you put oak and stuff like this in, which is a full block, like a complete block, as soon as we get to this stage here where we start putting these blocks in, those blocks all are on the same level. So, for instance, here, let's just do that. And I'll get rid of this. You'll see what I mean here. So if I just did this, and we step back and looked at it, it looks very, very boring. It looks all on the same level. There's not much going on there. So as soon as we go up, we put one of these on. Let's jump back here. You see? It breaks it up a little bit. It shows it off. You can see it a lot more. And of course, the bushes, man. You gotta love just having bushes in. Bushes just help the whole area out completely. Let me out of here. So let's go check this out here. And it should start making a difference. What I want to do is also probably put in a bit of a garden just around here, just nearby, so that it can help mask this area, which isn't looking too pretty, but it will. This is how they all start off, and then we eventually get there. Perfect. So here's the plan, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, Jansey, you left this gap below the palace. You've left that gap over there. They are two big projects of their own, and I would like to tackle them each one at a time, because I've got a lot of stuff I'd like to put into them. So first of all, this one is going to be a bridge-like tunnel, like what we were discussing for the other one. But this is going to go through to the next part of the city, where the road splits off, goes around there. And as you can imagine, that will have a lot of stuff involved in it. So we're going to have to leave that one out until we get to it. By the way, that's the staircase. Looking pretty sweet. Very simple. Pretty sweet. We could probably add a bit more texture to that. The other thing, which I would guess, would be this area here. And that again, bridge, tunnel, a lot of stuff. And that's going to take a bit of time as well to get completed and get done. So we'll tackle that one on its own. But for today, we've tackled a pretty big amount of area. And I think it's a fairly reasonable amount to end a video well fun. So windows, walls, roofs, paths, everything done there around here come together very, very well. So we got that, and then we've also got the darn bell tower. So much stuff. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've hopefully learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.